afternoon. My name is Lori Brogdon, and I am Director of Alumni Affairs at Strayer University. It is my very great honor to introduce our keynote speaker today. He is an executive-level leader who has excelled in crucial roles in the military, in government, and in the private sector. I am proud to tell you that he is also a Strayer graduate who earned his Master of Business Administration here and received an Outstanding Alumni Award in 2018. He is currently Chief Military Personnel for Operations at the Defense Information Systems Agency at Fort Meade, Maryland, where he is Senior Advisor on military matters and supports over 470 joint service military personnel. Before that role, he served as Operations and Vice Presidential Communications Officer in the White House Communications Agency, where he led over 500 White House missions, including complex, short-notice presidential missions to examine the effects of Hurricane Andrew in Florida and tornado damage in Arkansas. A retired U.S. Army veteran, he served in multiple stateside and international roles, including Chief Human Resources Section, Chief Human Resources Branch, and Assistant Brigade Human Resources Chief. He has also received numerous awards for his military and community service, including the Presidential Service Badge, Lacey B. Ivory Service Award, Roy Wilkins Renown Service Award, and the National Louis University Reach Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Darrell Williams.
Good afternoon, everyone. What an outstanding day. Give yourselves applause. As they said before, we appreciate all the family and friends who have come out on today to witness this final passage of a remarkable journey. I can honestly say that I know exactly how you feel, because I sat where you are 2 years ago. And just like you, my journey began before speaking to one of my dearest friends, Mr. Charles Blockett, who was the administration's officer for the Anne Arundel County campus. You see, my journey began in Little Rock, Arkansas. My dad had a 6th grade education and picked cotton, while my mom was a seamstress. They wanted to provide a better life for their family, so they moved to Compton, California when I was 2 years old. Growing up in Compton was very tough. At that time, it was ranked the 4th most dangerous city in the United States of America, on its way to being number 1. The neighborhood that I grew up in was very similar to the movie Boys in the Hood, because that's the culture that I grew up in. And my brothers and sisters grew up during the time of Straight Outta Compton. I had to make some wise decisions to avoid the violence, the gangs, and the drugs that plagued our city. Prior to my high school graduation, I realized that I did not have money for college. So I decided to join the military. Shout out to all the military recruiters. Yes. While in the Army, I had several mentors that guided me throughout my career and helped me to receive special assignment to the White House Communications Agency, better known as WACA. At WACA, my mentors challenged me to be the best at what I did, while mentoring others along the way. I had no idea that that journey would take me from the hood to the house, straight out of Compton. Some things that helped me set those conditions for success are the same things that I will share with you to keep you successful. I would say surround yourself with great people, those who will push you and support your goals. Expect greatness from yourself, because what you need to succeed is already inside of you. And then transform those challenges into opportunities, because when you face them, they will fall and become a bridge to your legacy. Now, before you come across the stage, we must address the elephant in the room. You see, when I called one of my mentors to share the good news about completing my MBA, he said, "Congratulations," and immediately asked, "What's next?" I know most of you have different answers to this seemingly easy question. But here's the truth of the matter. The spirit of a Strayer graduate is one that is a lifelong learner and someone who continues to make a difference in this world as we experience even more success. I submit to you, we can make that difference and have continued success by impacting our family, our workplace, and our community. I'd like to leave you with 3 things that will keep you on this trail to make that difference and achieve more success. The first thing is simply this: prepare yourself for the next process. You see, in order to have more success, in order for it to be reached, it must be cultivated. Remember those things that you had to dig up to even make it to this day. Excuses, procrastination, negative influences. All those things had to be cultivated and gotten rid of so you can be where you are on today. In order to have more success, there must be a need. Allow your degree to motivate you and to also improve your family situation. Go after that next promotion or start that new business. Because everything that you put into getting that degree is going to continue to pour out even more success for you. And in order for you to reach more success, know that there must be roadblocks. But never forget those barriers that you overcame to get to this mile marker in your life. Amy Morin said this: "Positive thinking is a valuable tool that can help you overcome obstacles and reach new goals." The second point is simply this: be excited about the possibilities that await you after today. When I first got assigned to the White House, I was overjoyed with emotions. I was kind of excited, but then I got really nervous because I was wondering, how is a young man from Compton going to make it in the White House? And what if I mess up? Who's going to be able to make that path better? But I had to continue to focus. And I say the same thing to you. Continue to focus on those positive ways that you can use your success from today. Continue to focus on the people who will be helped by your success. And continue to focus on the right way to achieve success. You see, a lot of people took shortcuts especially in life, and they wish they could have ended up where you are on today. But you being here is a testimony that you don't believe in shortcuts. You believe in taking that hard road. Marianne Williamson said it this way: our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. The final thing I want to leave with you is, thirdly, don't be afraid to choose more success. Don't be afraid of the failure that you may find on your way to your next path. I remember after 9/11, I know it happened, and it touched people in different ways. For me, working at WACA and supporting the vice president for local missions, we decided that we did not have the right platform to support the vice president for emergency actions. So out of those 30 leaders, they picked me and 4 other people. And although the other 4 were excited about this new journey, again, I was hesitant. So I remember going to the chief of operations saying that I don't think I deserve to be one of these 5. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to bow out and allow somebody else to come. And I never forget Steve Smith, the chief of operations at that time. He simply said, for that very reason you don't want to do it, that's why you were chosen. See, somebody else would have had the big head and lauded it over everyone. But he said, you won't do that. I believe you're going to use this position to make a difference. And I still didn't want to do it because I had my son on the way, and I knew how much travel it was going to be. And he said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 90 days. Then come back to me, and then we'll have this talk again. Obviously, those 90 days turned to 4 years later, and finishing up traveling with the Vice President of the United States at that time. I say that story because for a lot of you, getting this degree is going to have a lot of different meaning to you. But wherever it is, don't be afraid of where it's going to take you. Don't be afraid of the hard work that's going to be required to gain more success. And don't be afraid of the rewards that are coming your way as well. There's a story of a general that instructed his young captain during this time of war that anytime there is a prisoner of war, I want you to bring them to me so that I may speak to them personally. And during this war, I remember the prisoner got captured. The captain brought him to the general, and the general said, sir, you are here because of the crimes you committed against this country. But being the fair general that I am, I'm going to give you 2 options. Door number 1 and door number 2. Now, door number 1 is life in prison. But door number 2 is an unknown. Prisoner after prisoner thought about this question, and every last one of them chose door number 1. After a while, the captain came to the general and said, General, why is it that every time we capture these prisoners and you give them the option of door number 1 and door number 2, they always select door number 1, which is life in prison? And as a matter of fact, what's behind door number 2? Because we don't even know. The general looked back at the captain and said, obviously door number 1 is life in prison, but actually door number 2 is freedom. The general told the captain that most people select the worst of the known before selecting the unknown. Strayer students, for you, in closing, remember this as you move forward in your life. Continue to walk through the doors of the unknown as you achieve continued success. Life will give you the change and the courage that you need to face your upcoming challenges that await you. All you have to do is prepare yourself for the process. Be excited about the possibilities, and don't be afraid to choose more success. Congratulations, Strayer Class of 2019. Let's get it.